in Indira Ganesan institutions. Today I am going to talk about obstetric emergencies. Obstetrics means pregnancy duration. Obstetrics is a branch of science that deals with the duration of pregnancy, childbirth and postpartum. Postpartum means post means after, partum means delivery. Postpartum means after the delivery period. So, obstetrics is going to denote the period or duration of the pregnancy, childbirth and postpartum, that is after the delivery. Obstetric emergencies. Obstetric emergencies means any emergency situations that is going to affect the pregnant mother or their baby. Let us discuss the emergency conditions of obstetrics. First we have antepartum hemorrhage, then postpartum hemorrhage, then uterine rupture and then amniotic fluid embolism. Antepartum hemorrhage. Antepartum, anti means before, partum means delivery, hemorrhage means bleeding. So, as the name indicates, it is bleeding from the vagina before the delivery of the baby. Bleeding from the vagina between 20 to 24th week of gestation. Gestation is the term that also denotes the pregnancy. Usually antepartum hemorrhage affects 4% of all pregnancies. It is associated with the risk of morbidity and mortality. Morbidity means death, mortality means severe conditions. So, antepartum hemorrhage is a severe life threatening disease that is going to affect the mother. What are the causes of antepartum hemorrhage? That is abruptio placenta, placenta previa and uterine rupture. Abruptio placenta. Abruptio placenta means premature separation of the placenta. Usually in general placenta is going to separate from the uterus and expelled out from the uterus only after the delivery of the baby. But here what is going to happen is the placenta is separated from the uterus before the birth of delivery. Placenta is the organ where the baby gets the nutrients and oxygen, everything from the mother. Placenta is a connector between the mother and the baby. But if the placenta gets separated earlier, then the baby gets suffocation. There is no nutrients, there is no respiration. So, baby gets distress. Distress means suffering. Baby gets suffered a lot. This abruptio placenta usually occurs after 20 to 24th week of pregnancy. Who are all at risk of having the abruptio placenta? Advancing maternal age. Maternal age means the age when the mother is pregnant. In case if the mother is pregnant very late, that means late pregnancy at the age of 35 or 40, then there is risk of abruptio placenta. Then abdominal trauma. Trauma means injury. In case of any accidental injury in the abdomen, there is a chance of getting abruptio placenta. Then alcohol consumption, smoking or cocaine use and then hypotension. These are all the risk factors who are all have risk of chance of getting the abruptio placenta. Then history of previous abruption. In case if the mother is getting abruptio placenta in the first pregnancy, then she is also having the risk of getting abruptio placenta in the second pregnancy also. Then multiparity. Multiparity means twin baby, just like that. Multiparity means multiple pregnancy. There is also chance of getting the abruptio placenta. Short umbilical cord. Umbilical cord usually the normal length of umbilical cord is 50 to 60 centimeter. In case if the umbilical cord length is shorter than the normal, then there is chance of abruptio placenta, that is placenta gets separated before the delivery of the baby. Then chorioamnionitis. Amnionitis means infection. Amnion is a chorioamnionitis, that is infection in the amnion. Next, types of abruptio placenta. Revealed abruptio placenta and concealed abruptio placenta. Revealed means revealed means the bleeding is visible, that is bleeding is happen from during the vagina, that is bleeding is going to happen in the vagina, vaginal bleeding. Concealed means internal bleeding, the bleeding is not visible, there is no vaginal bleeding, bleeding remains within the uterus. This is severe enough to cause the systemic shock. Management. How do we going to manage the abruptio placenta? First, monitoring. By monitoring the BP, ECG, ABG analysis, coagulation profile, serum electrolytes, and then establishment of 2 IV lines. That is IV cannulation by using Venflon. Usually 16 gauge or 18 gauge is preferable, and then immediate correction of the fetal distress. Fetal distress means suffering. We need to correct the fetus health condition with preventing from the suffering of the fetus, and then placing the mother in the left lateral position. Lateral position means by sleeping by hip, that is called as left lateral position. Then maternal oxygenation, giving oxygen supply to the mother, and then correcting the maternal hypotension. Maternal means mother. In case if the pregnant mother is having hypotension, then we need to correct the hypotension by giving any hypertensive any drugs. And then safe delivery of fetus, safe delivery of placenta also, and then treatment of coagulopathy. Coagulopathy means inability of the bloods to clot. So, we need to correct that. Blood transfusion, corticosteroids, that are going to helpful in the coagulopathy, and then induced vaginal delivery in case of mild separation of placenta. That is, if the placenta is separated in a mild form, then there is a chance of vaginal delivery, but in case of severe or complete separation of placenta, then there is no chance of vaginal delivery. So, we are moving with the cesarean section. Next condition is placenta previa. Here the placenta is implanted partially or completely over the lower uterine segment. In normal conditions, the placenta is present in the upper part of the uterus and the baby is present in the lower part of the uterus. But here what happened? The placenta is present in the lower part and the baby is present in the upper part. Just think that if in case of vaginal delivery, what is going to happen? The placenta is coming out first. So, that is not the right format. If the placenta is expelled out first, then the baby gets suffocation and respiratory distress, and finally the fetus leads to death. So, that is not the correct process. So, placenta previa is nothing but the placenta gets implanted down in the downward of in the down position of the uterus, in the lower position of the uterus. Who are all at risk? Increased maternal age. As I already said, if the mother is getting late pregnancy at the age of 35 or 40, then there is risk of getting the placenta previa. And then multiparity. Multiparity means the twin child or triplet child, so like that. And then history of previous care to the uterus. Previous care means any injury to the uterus. History of, that is, any old injury to the uterus is also going to affect the placenta previa. And then smoking, alcohol consumption, those are all affect the child condition. Types. Low lying. Low lying means the placenta enroaches the cervical OS. OS means orifice, that is opening. Here the low lying placenta. The placenta is downward but not completely, this is the cervical orifice, but not completely covers the cervical orifice. Next condition is marginal placenta. Here the placenta is downwards, but slightly reaches the cervical orifice but does not completely covers it. That is, this opening is not completely covered. Then partial previa. Partial previa is also called as incomplete or central previa. Here also the placenta is in the lower uterus, slightly cover the cervical orifice but not completely cover the cervical orifice. And then complete previa. Here the placenta completely covers the opening of the uterus. Diagnosis. Suspected from the signs and symptoms of having painless vaginal bleeding. Here there is no pain, but there is vaginal bleeding in the pregnancy time. Confirmed by using a ultrasound. By using ultrasound or scan, they just confirmed it. Then management. Here also establishment of 2 IV lines, mostly 16 gauge or 18 gauge inflant is preferable. Oxygen administration and then correction of fetal distress, safe delivery of fetus. Tocolytic therapy is given here. Tocolytics are the drugs that is going to avoid the premature labor. Premature labor means that is 9th month, incomplete gestational period, what to say, before the gestational period, that is 9th month or not completely the 10th month, happens in 9th month just like that. So, we have to give tocolytics to the mother. Next condition is uterine rupture. Uterine rupture, uterine means uterus, rupture means tear or damage, that is tear or separation of the uterine wall, occasionally happening during the later weeks of pregnancy. Causes: previous scarred uterus, that is any injury to the uterus in the past. Uterine manipulation, in case if the mother is already having a child, during the first pregnancy, during the first delivery of the baby, in case if they use forceps manipulation, that is a forceps baby, so in case of any injury occurred in the past, it will affect in the second child also. Cephalopelvic disproportion, that is mismatch between the uterus opening and the mother's baby's head. If the baby's head is larger than the opening of the vagina, then there is disproportion between the vaginal opening and the baby's head. Multiparity means, as I already said, multiparity means twins baby or triplet child like that. And then tumor, any tumor in the uterus. And then rapid spontaneous delivery. Signs and symptoms: severe abdominal pain, maternal hypotension, fetal distress. Fetal distress means suffering. If the fetus is getting any suffering or any respiratory problems or any nutritional deficiency, then we have to correct it. Management: emergency laparotomy and immediate hysterectomy. Sometimes require hysterectomy, not in all cases. Hysterectomy means removal of the uterus by surgery. Maybe it is either laparoscopic or open surgery, but in case of uterine rupture happen, emergency laparotomy is must. Laparotomy means emergency cesarean section, and sometimes it requires to remove the uterus completely. So, hysterectomy is going to the removal of uterus by either by laparoscopy or by open surgery. Okay students, we will see in the next session.